My guy. So as y'all know, Mississippi just passed the Jim Crow law. You know, just history repeating itself. But there's something that y'all don't know. And I need all my people to listen. We gotta wake up. Cause it's that time. See, cause what y'all don't know is the Jim Crow law is actually associated with the Bible and the curses that was put upon his people. So I want to answer this woman's question.
I'm so fucking scared. It has just come to my attention because I didn't know about it just until today. In Mississippi, there was just a law passed like 5 days ago that the Jim Crow laws are being reinstated. That shouldn't be happening at all. And I know you may be wondering, this is like not my normal content on here, but I'm sorry. And I just have to make this known because what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Why? I really don't understand why people do not like me. Do not like us. Because of my color of skin. I don't understand. I really don't fucking understand. What the fuck did I do?
Hello good people, welcome back to this YouTube channel. Hoping you're doing well. Kindly consider subscribing and clicking on the notification bell so that anytime I get to post a new video, you will be able to watch the video. Okay guys, on today's episode, let us have a discussion about something that has been going on the media space, and there is a lady that has come out to speak about why are a lot of the black people receiving hate from the white. And in this case, there is a black lady who always talk about the origin or the history of Christianity, and she has come out to explain to the lady why most of the Christian nowadays, or most of the black people, sorry, not the Christian, receive a lot of hatred from the white. And she has said that it's not because of her or because she's black. This is because of her ancestors, what her ancestors or the black ancestors did. That's why we as black receive or get a lot of hatred from the white. Kindly let's listen out to this video, then come back with commentaries about it.
You didn't do nothing, but our ancestors did. The Jim Crow is resurrected in Mississippi. Did wokeness do this? As a matter of fact, it did. Now, some of us who have learned the truth are not surprised by this. It may alarm the sleepwalkers. The Most High have already told us that they will have hatred towards us. All you gotta do is read the word and the curses put upon his people. See, their problem is they finally starting to realize that they wicked rulership is almost up. But I ain't gonna lie, we finna go through some battles, and it's gonna get worse before we leave. We warned our people that are sleepwalking that these nations hate us. And it has nothing to do with skin color. It's because of who we are. The tribe of Judah. The real Jews. It was prophesied that we would be hated throughout the four corners of the earth. What y'all need to find out and learn is that the Bible is our history book. Not a Christian book. Our ancestors were not Christians. They was Israelites. It's time for y'all to learn the truth. And this has nothing to do with religion or tradition. My motto will forever be relationship over religion, truth over tradition. It's that time. It's time for y'all to learn who y'all are. And it's time for y'all to gain a relationship with the Father through his word, not a religion. Now we gonna start off with, who is this? Who is this? Cause the show ain't Yahshua. Cause if the Bible's saying that his hair is white like wool, and I mean white like wool, just like this, where did the brown hair even come from? If it said his skin color was the color of fine brass burnt in a furnace, and I mean burnt in a furnace, This is an actual picture right here of someone burning fine brass. Then where did y'all get white from? Or even the olive skin color y'all keep claiming. Y'all just don't want him to be black so bad. Y'all just make up any lie. And he was born in Israel, which is Northeast Africa. Y'all stop saying Middle East. It was not called the Middle East back then. It was a part of Africa. So you mean to tell me when they have to hide Jesus, Yeshua, in an all-black place in Africa to blend in with the people, you saying that they hid a white man or an olive skin color man in a place full of black people? It's impossible. Which is common sense that he had to be black to blend in with black people. Now I'm finna tell you why his skin color got something to do with the Jim Crow law and them trying to bring back hanging and lynching. Now, in the Bible, Pilate's wife had a dream about the Messiah. When she seen that the people was trying to kill him, she pulled her husband aside and said, "Have nothing to do with this righteous man." She said, "I suffered much suffering in a dream today. Have nothing to do with his killing." So Pilate turned to the people and said, "I don't see nothing wrong that this man is doing for me to kill him." Pilate was talking to the Hebrews, our people. He said, "If y'all decide to kill this man, the blood will not be on my hands. It will be on y'all's." So then the Jews, aka Hebrew Israelites, mistakenly said, "It's okay. Put it on our hands, our children's hands, for generations and generations. Crucify him." So then it was so. So from then on, we was cursed to die the same way he died. Now they like to tell y'all that he died on a cross, but that is far from the truth. The cross is one of the main graven images that he talks about in the Bible. The word cross was never even in the Bible to begin with. It was added in there from a pagan god they called Tammuz. The cross is a symbol of the first letter of his name, a T. Now, if you look at the history during those times, you would know that if you were worthy of death, you had to be hung. It was the law. Acts 5:30 even told you that he died from hanging from a tree. There was a divine curse placed on a hanged person. And if a man has committed a crime punishable by death, and he is put to death, you hang him on a tree. For a hanged man is cursed by God. And when they had carried out all that was written of him, they took him down from the tree and laid him in his tomb. The same way they do us till this day. For what our ancestors have committed, it allowed us to be punished the same way he was punished. I'ma show y'all the curses that was put upon us. Slavery and captivity. Having no power to stand against our enemies. Being sent back to Egypt again by ships. Exiled in the land of our enemies. Scattered among all nations. A very sick and disease-stricken people. At the bottom socially with other races high above us. Lost the true knowledge of who we were and will be called by many scornful nicknames other than Israel and Hebrew, which is still happening to this day. Packed into prisons and jails. A non-prosperous people. We even hate each other and oppress people by our enemies. The world will not tell you who or where the Israelites are today, but the scriptures will. There's nothing new underneath the sun. There is nothing new. Our sons and daughters will be given to another nation while your eyes grow weary, looking for them day after day with no power in your hand. With no power in your hand. With none at all. The cross story couldn't be real if they wanted it to. How did they nail his feet and hands to a cross? When it says that he protected all his bones, not one of them is broken. There would be no way to hammer a huge nail into someone's foot to hang without breaking a bone. There's no way. This is the real reason why no bones shall be broken. The sad reality is, if we continue to disobey, we'll continue to pay. So please, it's time for us to wake up. Stop letting them brainwash you and make you forget who you are. Stop letting them make us feel like we are nobody, because they know who we are. Our people back then just didn't know how to read and write. So they didn't know that the Bible back then was made for them. They felt like it was a horrible, horrible book. But they didn't realize the truth was inside of it. But now it's our time to make up for it. That the truth of who we are is inside of it. Our time is coming, and they know it. The Bible is our true history book. The problem is we let everybody get into our head. Why do you think there is thousands and thousands of religions, but only one true God? All trying to praise the same person, but giving them different names. That's because you were supposed to gain a relationship with the Father through the Word, not a religion. And that's where we as a people fall at.
Did you know that not all black people are Africans? There is a group of people that are blacks but did not originate from Africa. They originated from Negro land. Now, before you call me nuts, let me apologize to you in advance. I'm sorry they did this to us. I'm sorry they erased our true history and taught us a false one that did not teach us about who we truly are and where we truly came from. But most importantly, I'm sorry that we did not hearken to the voice of the Lord our God, because it is our disobedience to Him that led us here. I'm sorry. No, I find that the majority of people who reject this knowledge are pastors and preachers who have been trained in seminaries by white scholars to learn the Bible a certain way. You see, they were trained to educate us with white thinking as it relates to the Bible. Let me quickly put your preconceived argument to rest. This is not a race thing. This is a truth thing that unfortunately the white man has used the race card to achieve. Because when they sold us this blue-eyed white Jesus, everything was okay, right? But we're now in an era where the math is no longer mathing and we have questions. The angel had told Daniel in Daniel chapter 12 verse 4, shut up the book until the end, because in the end times, God had planned on setting some things straight. The fact that we're being blessed with this knowledge today means it's end times, baby. Let's get into it then, shall we? There is a place called Negroland, represented on this map between the region of Guinea and the Sahara Desert. The same area was also called Negrita or Negritia, but today it is divided into West Africa and the Middle East. But there is a people that originated from the country of Negroland that are now scattered across the four corners of the earth. And here's why. Firstly, there are a list of curses in Deuteronomy chapter 8 that God said would come upon the children of Israel if they did not listen to the Lord their God and hearken unto his voice, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes. Long story short, they did not keep his commandments and his statutes. So what he said in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 25 took effect as a result. He allowed these Israelites to scatter all across this world, and strangers came and dwell in their land instead. How did the strangers get there? There was a Jewish and Roman war in the 66 to 70 AD, and that war expelled these Negroes once and for all. As a result of this war, the Negroes fled their land to Egypt. Then from Egypt, them run away and go to Africa. Now, these Negroes are a black race, so they blended in pretty well in Africa. But it was said that these Africans did not want these Negroes in their land, so they sold them into slavery to the white man. I know the truth might cause an offense, but it's not sin, and it will set you free. When these Israelites, or Hebrews, or Negroes, came to Africa, they settled mainly in Nigeria and Benin. Some of them are still there, but the majority of them are scattered across this world. If we ever find out who we really are, the people that say they are us are in trouble. This has got to be the greatest hoax in history. Revelation 2 verse 9 says that there are a group of people who are false because they call themselves Jews but are not. These Jews are white folks from Khazari, because the last time the true Hebrews were in Jerusalem was in the 70 ADs. It is said that the so-called Jews who are now there are converts, and they are from the Caucasus Mountains in the southern hemisphere of Russia. Their king at the time, King Bulan, said that both Muslims and Christians were coming against his kingdom. So he didn't want to be Muslim, neither did he want to be Christian. So he decided that he and his people will be Jews. King Bulan then sent to Jerusalem to get Babylonian Talmudic rabbis to teach them Judaism. So they converted the whole country to Judaism and called themselves Jews. When Hitler decided that he wanted to get rid of these people, they had to find themselves a homeland. Since they were already Jews, they felt entitled to live in Jerusalem. And in 1948, with the help of the United Nations, Britain signed a declaration to give Israel to the Palestinians because they were living in that land at the time that the Jews migrated. These are white people living in one of the most hottest places on earth with no true heritage to the land. But because they are your bankers and they own your Federal Reserves and your media houses, then we just go with it. Now back to the Africans who sold us out. Yeah, I said it. So the war was to genocide these Hebrews or Negroes once and for all, but you can never kill purpose, can you? The Negroes fled to Africa and were in the Kingdom of Judah, the same place the slave coast is, the same place they get their gold and their grains. The 1771 map actually removes the Kingdom of Judah, but of course they wouldn't want us to really trace where we came from. During the transatlantic slave trade, these Negroes were sold into slavery to North America, the Caribbean, and South America. Are we still here today? Absolutely. Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11 says that it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time. Sounds like he has freed us before, perhaps out of 400 years of slavery in Egypt. He will set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. The word remnant means a part or quantity that is left after the greater part has been used, removed, or destroyed. That means that our Father have 99 sheep and one that is lost, and he's coming back for that lost sheep. That means that of the 12 tribes of Israel, the others know who they are, but the tribe of Judah is lost, and lost in the sense that they do not know who they are or where they came from. To wrap this up, there is a reason why Christ said in Matthew 24, don't be fazed by the wars and the rumors of wars and earthquakes and pestilences, etc., because the end is not yet. In fact, Christ said that, and this gospel will be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Not only is he bringing salvation to the Gentiles, but he must also take the gospel back to the lost tribe of Judah that is scattered to the four corners of the earth, so that they can understand that, yes, I allowed you to be scattered, but just like a parent who chasten and love their child, he is coming back for his lost sheep, because his love for us would have it no other way. And he made a covenant with our father Abraham that he will never break. Where you are now is not where you originated from. Why should a black man be called Mr. White anyway? Wake up, Judah. It's almost time to go. Hallelujah. Next time, yeah? Hello, good people. Okay, my honest opinion about this video, I think that most of the black people have been slavery for the longest time, and in fact until to date most of the Africans still do this slavery job, and or today's they don't actually do it as slavery because they are being paid, but most of the Africans do these domestic jobs, like they are called to a different countries like Dubai, Saudi Arabia, or countries in the west that are in the western part, so as to do this domestic job like being nanny, being a domestic worker. And it is time we break this curse. And as this lady has educated us about this is a curse that was laid upon us by God. And it's not just a curse, because it has affected a bigger percentage of us, and it's a generational curse. It was cursed because in the Bible we are told that when a curse is laid, it affects the third and up to the fourth generation. And we have seen it, it has come to pass, and it's true that this curse has affected us. Because come to think about it, our ancestors were taken from our motherland and traveled all the way, or transported, I think they were transported to the Western countries to work as slaves. And they are the one who have built these Western countries, because they labored without being paid. It was slavery. So when you also come to look, or when you read the Bible carefully in the book of Exodus, we find that the Israelites, that were God's chosen people, they were slaves in the land of Egypt in the hands of Pharaoh, and God sent Moses for their rescue. And on the way that they were being rescued to the land of Canaan, it's sad that they never reached the promised land. So I think the curse that we have now, or the hate that most of the black people are receiving from the white, it's because of our ancestors, it's because of what our forefathers did, and because of what they did, has it has brought a curse upon us. And we may not be aware of what happened, or what the curse, or it is a curse. We will see it that we are receiving hatred from the whites or from different people, and we may ask ourselves, why is this happening to us? And it's only happening to the black, because when the whites actually visit African countries, or countries that are Africa, they receive, or they are warmly welcomed or warmly received. But when Africans, or when black travel or visit Western countries, they get treated harshly, or they get ill treated, and kind of they feel that they don't exist among them, or they don't fit in that country. So they tend to rather stay in their country rather than to travel to the Western countries. And this is because of how they are treated, or how they get welcomed in those Western countries. I don't know what your thought about this video. Kindly comment down on the comment section what you think about it. Till next time, guys, kindly don't forget to subscribe and clicking on the notification bell. Bye.